wonderful, wonderful evening. Now, if I can have your attention in the back, please. It's very important that everyone pays attention for a few moments as we try to kick off the beginning of an incredible event. Thank you very much for honoring the dress code as well. I see most of you are here with a touch of green. So can I ask you all to give yourselves a big round of applause, please? I need the energy nice and high tonight, so a big round of applause. That is not going to work for me. One more time, a big round of applause. You're allowed to scream, you're allowed to shout. We are at a party. That's a little bit better. Thank you very much. Now that you're all seated, I would like you all to stand up for our national anthem, please. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause to our wonderful band this evening. You'll be hearing more from them in just a little while. It is great to have you all here with us this evening. I can speak honestly on behalf of my client and many of yours as well, Old Mutual, that we are so honored to have you all here this evening. A special recognition, of course, to the CS, the Honorable Joe Mushera from the Ministry of ICT, who has also joined us this evening. All other protocols observed. Do we know why we're here this evening? By a show of hands, do we know why we're here? Really? I'm going to come down with the mic and I'm going to ask you individually in a few minutes. Do we know why we're here? Just scream yes. That'll stop me from coming down there. Okay, good, good, good. Now, I know many of you don't actually know why we're here, but that's fine. That's okay, because tonight is a huge night. It's about a new beginning, about a rebirth, about a change, an improvement, optimum cultural satisfaction for you and for the client. We're talking about a rebrand. We're going to get to that in just a few minutes as well. But before that, allow me to introduce the Sarakasi Acrobats. With a big round of applause, please, folks. No. Don't come up here yet. A big round of applause, please, folks. Thank you very much. All right, folks, quick pause there. That was me jumping the gun as usual. Many of you know me on radio. I am a little bit outspoken and often say things I shouldn't say. We are going to invite our chief guests in at this moment, and I'm going to ask the band, when the chief guests come in, we'll redo the national anthem. My apologies for that, and then we'll kick off the evening. So just hold for me for a moment as we introduce our chief guests, led of course by the CS from the Ministry of ICT, the Honorable Joe Mushera. They'll be making their way here in just a few moments. So I will say, DJ, you can take over for a few seconds. I will come back up once they arrive.
I want girl like Fendi. I want girl like Ceruti. Give me your like it. I want girl like Gucci. I want girl like Ferrari. I want girl like designer. Give me Femi, femina. Femi, femina. Fire femina. I love is unconditional. Kemina. Kemina. Fire Kemina. Tori Toro Kemina. What is up how we face? Only you can relate. Go to ball every day. I just want to buy it. I want girl like Gucci. I want girl
right, thank you very, very much. Our chief guests are in the building now. Of course, a special welcome, of course, to our guests of honor, led by the CS from the Ministry of ICT, the Honorable Joe Musheru. Let's give him a big round of applause, please, folks, for gracing us on this very, very special evening. And yes, as we talk about ICT, there's a lot that will happen, of course, with this rebrand and the ministry and ICT as well. So we're going to do it one more time, but I promise I'm not going to ask you again if you know why you're here, even though you've had time to Google. I'm not going to ask you that again, don't worry. But if I can have everyone stand up one more time, and we will do the national anthem the proper way. Thank you very much. Please rise for the national anthem, folks. I know we're doing it again, but it's okay. The first was a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. Thank you very much. A big round of applause for our band. What a way to kick off the evening twice. Right. So now we start the festivities for the evening. You may all be seated. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I know I've said it a couple of times, but we're super excited and super pumped that you're all here with us this evening. And we're going to get into exactly why we're all here very soon. But first, allow me to introduce the Sarakasi Acrobats. Give them a big round of applause, please, folks.
Passa,
All right, a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Sarakasi Acrobats. Let's make some noise. These guys put in a lot of effort for what they did. That was like 8 minutes of hardcore acrobatics. One more time, a big round of applause for the Sarakasi Acrobats. Thank you very, very, very much. Now, the question that I asked earlier is, why are we here? Why are we all here? Many of you are looking at me like, please tell me. Well, I'm not going to tell you. There'll be people to tell you exactly why we're here this evening. But we are here for one reason. We're here to talk about 177 years of history and heritage and a long, long future as well. Let's take a look at this video. There we go, folks. So that is part of the reason why we're all here. But someone is coming up here to tell us a little bit more about that. And, of course, welcome you to this wonderful, wonderful evening. Please put your hands together for Arthur Oginga, the Group Chief Executive Officer for East Africa for Old Mutual. Give him a big round of applause, folks, as he comes up here to tell you a little bit more about why we're here this evening.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this dinner. Distinguished guests, CAS National Treasury and Planning, Your Excellencies, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, CEO IRA, CEO Capital Markets Authority, CEO Retirement Benefits Authority, fellow directors, business partners, customers, members of the press, my colleagues at Old Mutual, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for honoring our invitation to attend this great occasion as we officially unveil Old Mutual as our brand in Kenya. Welcome. UAP Old Mutual was born out of the acquisition of UAP Holdings by Old Mutual in 2015. This followed on from the acquisition by Old Mutual of Faulu Microfinance Bank in 2014. The integration of these three businesses led to the formation of one of the largest financial services groups in East Africa, offering short and long-term insurance, banking and investment solutions in 5 countries to over 1.5 million customers. Both UAP and Old Mutual are well-recognized brands that have been operating in East Africa for over 100 years. Old Mutual has been operating in Kenya since 1930 from Kimathi Street. From early days as a life assurance business, Old Mutual has subsequently expanded into asset management, banking, and short-term insurance through acquisitions. Through the UAP acquisition, it further expanded into 4 countries across the region. Old Mutual in Kenya is part of the wider Old Mutual Limited Group, which has a presence in 13 countries across the continent. The Old Mutual Limited Group is proudly anchored in Africa and has been serving our customers for 177 years. With over 12 million customers, 28,000 staff, and over 86 billion US dollars in funds under management, the Old Mutual Limited Group plays a major role in catalyzing development across the continent. We are proud to be part of the Old Mutual Limited Group. As part of the group, the East Africa business is able to leverage technology, technical expertise, and to offer skills development and broad career growth opportunities for our employees. Through knowledge sharing, we are also able to come up with innovative and tailor-made solutions for our customers, assuring them of our long-term commitment to their financial growth. In East Africa, Old Mutual pursues an integrated financial services model that enables our customers to receive a comprehensive range of financial solutions through a wide and increasingly accessible distribution network. Since the acquisition in 2015, we have operated as a dual brand in Kenya and Uganda, while in Rwanda, Tanzania, and South Sudan, we retained the UAP brand. The adoption of the single brand, Old Mutual, commenced earlier this year in Rwanda, which now operates as Old Mutual. Today, we are proud to rebrand the Kenya businesses, and I would like to thank our regulators, the Insurance Regulatory Authority, Retirement Benefits Authority, and Capital Markets Authority for their support. I would also like to congratulate my colleagues in East Africa for the hard work that has led up to today. This branding represents our recommitment to our customers and intermediaries in the region. As Old Mutual, we commit to strengthening our role and relevance in our customers' lives. Increasingly, our customers tell us what they need is closer involvement and understanding, and practical hands-on support. We are therefore cutting through the intimidating clutter of the financial sector to serve more as coaches and partners, providing tools and motivation, and helping customers to take the small steps that lead to great things. This is what our brand seeks to achieve here. Our business in East Africa employs over 3,000 staff, serving more than 1.5 million customers. Across East Africa, we have over 2.5 billion US dollars under management. We have been partners in the use of technology to ease customer engagements. Specifically, iInvest was the first mobile investment platform in Kenya. We also launched Dream Enabler, which enabled customers buy our products and view their accounts with us online. More recently, Faulu launched DigiCash, which offers a range of online services to our customers. We have also completed a revamp of our websites to not only reflect our new, more vibrant brand identity, but also to enable our customers greater engagement. We have a fully fledged digital team based in Nairobi, which will continue to focus on delivering new and exciting products and services to our customers and intermediaries. Conducting business responsibly is a long-established principle in Old Mutual. We take pride in the clarity with which we conduct business with long-term sustainability in mind. Our financial education programs have reached over 500,000 people in Kenya, and through our recently launched partnership with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, we aim to expand this further. This partnership will ensure that teachers are equipped with the requisite knowledge and skills to impart financial literacy to learners. We would like to thank KICD for the work they are doing in this area. Old Mutual is also working with other partners in training of artisans under our youth empowerment programs. In terms of staff, we have created exchange programs and supported professional staff development across the region as part of our caring for employees and employee value proposition. In addition, we have also supported skills development initiatives for our intermediaries. These are but a few examples of our support to the communities within which we operate. I'd like to reassure you that the rebrand will not negatively impact operations. We remain open and committed to serving our customers. Finally, I'd like to thank the government of Kenya and our regulators for the support they have provided to us, and assure you that Old Mutual is committed to championing mutually positive futures for all stakeholders. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks very much. Another big round of applause, please, for Arthur. That was a great introduction to an incredible evening. Thank you very much. We have some more remarks coming your way in just a few minutes, plus a very big special surprise a bit later on in the evening as well. I can't say too much about it right now. But before we move any further, let's have a look at that 177-year history, which we're celebrating today.
This is a story about people, real people, our customers, people with hopes and fears and dreams for the future, people from around the world, different in many ways, but the same in their desire to succeed, to live a better life, and to do great things. Like most great stories, ours has humble beginnings. A Scotsman named John Fairbairn started the Mutual Life Assurance Company in Cape Town with no capital, just the trust of like-minded individuals and an unwavering belief that together people can achieve more than alone. Mutual's motto became a certain friend in uncertain times. In a fast-changing world, people needed to know they had an anchor in the storms of life. And so it wasn't long before Mutual Life grew to become the leading assurer in the region, expanding into the markets of Namibia, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Malawi, Swaziland, and more recently, Nigeria, creating new opportunities and making a real difference to the lives of our clients and the communities in which we operate. We believe in enabling positive futures through local employment, investment, and by promoting equal opportunities, as well as providing a core service for our customers. Other mutual companies entered the market, and soon Mutual Life became affectionately known as the Old Mutual, the original, the first. By 1954, it had over 1 million policyholders. Growth continued, and soon Old Mutual was spreading its wings internationally. In 1999, Old Mutual demutualized, listed, and London became our headquarters. Soon after, we entered India and the US. At the same time as our listing, we set up the Old Mutual Foundation in 5 countries. In recognition of being a responsible business, Old Mutual was admitted to the FTSE for Good in 2001. And in 2012, we became a signatory to the UN-backed Principles for Responsible Investment. At almost the same time, another mutual company was beginning its own history. It was a time of change. The world was becoming more industrialized. People were looking for reassurance, and Scandia was there, providing a very real sense of security and hope for a brighter, more certain future. Like Old Mutual, Scandia's commitment to bettering the lives of the community saw it grow and expand beyond its borders. After the devastating San Francisco earthquake of 1906, Scandia made good on its promises to its clients, paying out its largest claim ever. The company grew from strength to strength, launching in Colombia in 1953, the UK in 1979, and in other European countries, and Mexico a few years later. Scandia began to explore new horizons, innovating new products like Multi-Manager for the UK in the 80s and online planning tools in the 90s, all of which today still remain industry benchmarks. So when the opportunity to join with Old Mutual came along, the potential for 2 companies with shared values, similar DNA, and a customer-first approach to blend together and co-write an exciting new story was an opportunity not to be missed. People have always been the heartbeat of our business. Their trust is our most valuable asset, because without the belief of our customers, we have nothing. Throughout our long history, we, the people who are Old Mutual, have been there with products and expert advice that enables our customers to enjoy positive futures. Being accessible and listening. allows us to understand our customers' real needs and respond by providing solutions that deliver what we promise. Today, Old Mutual continues to grow both its customer base and assets under management. But beyond our ability to provide savings and investments and loans and insurance, what makes Old Mutual real and relevant and part of the communities in which we live is, was, and always will be our desire to see our customers thrive, live a better life, and do great things. This is Old Mutual. This is our story. And it's only just begun.
Let's have a big round of applause for 177 years of history that we celebrate today. And of course, as the video said at the end, it's only just begun. And what does it mean to be 6 times better, to give 6 times more? Well, let's find out.
Old Mutual has been committed to enabling positive futures for all stakeholders across the African continent for more than 175 years. Inspired by its founding ethos of being a certain friend in uncertain times. Our vision is to be our customers' first choice to sustain, grow, and protect their prosperity. In the Rest of Africa portfolio, our ambition is to responsibly build the most valuable financial services business in Africa by 2030. To achieve this, we launched our strategy in August 2020 with a clear ambition to grow our results from operation contribution to Old Mutual Limited from $500 million in 2019 to 3 billion rand by 2030. Stated differently, our ambition requires us to grow our profits 6 times by 2030. To achieve an outcome 6 times better in results from operation terms by 2030 requires that we multiply the quantity and quality of the inputs into our production engine by no less than 6 times. That's basic arithmetic. We will need to be more present, more innovative, more responsible to our stakeholders, and more ourselves. Therefore, we have aptly branded the 2030 Rest of Africa strategy as E6X by 2030. I believe that this is a powerful way of making our collective understanding, articulation, and execution of the strategy clearer, more meaningful, and more memorable. So how will we know when we are 6 times more than where we are currently? If I were to imagine what the news headlines will be in 2030 after execution of our strategy, I have a view. Our results from operations will be 3 billion by 2030. We will be our customers' first choice in sustaining, protecting, and growing their prosperity. We will truly be invested in our communities and always positively impacting our customers, their families, and the environment. Our relevant, innovative propositions will be available to customers when and how they need them. Our high-performing and engaged employees will feel truly belonging and connected, and always contributing to our ambition. Now that I've painted the picture of our promised land, you may be asking, how do I get involved and where to from here? To help navigate the way, we have set clear guiding principles. Firstly, we will follow a portfolio approach, meaning we will always be balancing between, for example, mature cash-generating businesses that contributing to return on equity and businesses that contribute to growth of our portfolio. All our businesses will look and operate like Old Mutual entities across the continent. We will focus on financial delivery and not just geographic presence, leveraging Old Mutual strength. This means it is not enough for us to merely have a presence in a particular geography. We will have to leverage the group's strengths to generate an appropriate return on capital over time. We will prioritize markets with enabling regulatory regimes, allowing fungibility of capital. Markets that tick these boxes will receive priority in new and additional capital investments. Be customer-led, and in smaller entities, we will prioritize the corporate segment first and use profits from corporate play to grow retail business. Be a top 3 player in our markets. This means that as the Old Mutual Group in a particular market, the sum of our businesses should at a minimum be among the top 3 competitors. With these guiding principles at the top of our minds, we have also defined 5 strategic focus areas. We will drive profitable top-line growth. The key enablers of this pillar include multi-channel distribution, integrated financial services, loyalty programs, automation, and effective use of digital and data. Second pillar, we will turn around and fix underperforming businesses and address balance sheet weaknesses. Where there is no clear path to a turnaround, we will consider exiting the market. The third pillar, we will make acquisitions and strategic partnerships and alliances to build scale quickly, fill in portfolio gaps, and acquire new capabilities. The fourth pillar, we will build a leading brand and franchises based on relevant solutions and excellent financial education. We will leverage our deep expertise to deepen financial markets and penetration in our chosen markets over time. And finally, the fifth pillar, we will attract best-in-class talent and drive high performance and innovative culture. I can sense that some of you are already feeling that 6 times more is lowballing our potential, that we are capable of so much more. That's great. To the year 2030, however, I'm inviting you to a simple movement. Do 6 times more, do 6 times better, and be 6 times more.
That's what it means to do 6 times more, be 6 times better as well. Now then, we have another wonderful conversation coming up to the podium. I'd like to introduce Clement Chinaka, the MD, Rest of Africa Old Mutual Limited, up to the podium to say a few words. Please join me here, Clement. Give him a big round of applause, folks.
Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Distinguished guests, our guest of honor, the Honorable Eric Simiyu Wafuko, Chief Administrative Secretary on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary in the National Treasury, the Honorable Joe Mucheru, the Cabinet Secretary of ICT, Innovations and Youth Affairs, representatives of the South African High Commissioner in Kenya, our Kenya Board Chairman, directors, business partners, our customers, members of the press, my Old Mutual colleagues, my own boss, the Group Chief Executive, Mr. Ian Williamson, my colleague, our Director of Marketing, Public Affairs and Sustainability at Old Mutual Limited, Masarami Muyeme, members of the Rest of Africa Exco who are here, and also the Group Chief Executive of Old Mutual Kenya, as well as the East Africa Exco. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. There is an African proverb that perfectly sums up what we are celebrating here this evening. The proverb goes, tomorrow belongs to those who prepare today. Much preparation has gone into transforming the UAP Old Mutual into a strong, effective Old Mutual. Thanks to these preparations and our commitment to co-creating a better future for all, an exciting tomorrow lies before us today. So before I continue, I'd like to thank every single one of our employees, our directors, shareholders, regulators here present, and customers who have supported us and enabled us to grow UAP Old Mutual into the significant East African business that it has become today. We applaud you and your commitment to the group and also to the well-being of all the people in Kenya. You have inspired us, and we assure you we will pursue all opportunities to improve the overall prosperity of this region by providing easy access to financial service and financial education, and also by investing responsibly in sustainability of the East Africa region. Tonight's celebration of our powerful new brand identity as simply Old Mutual Kenya happily coincides with the celebration of Africa Month and Old Mutual's 177th birthday, which is in fact today, the 17th of May, 2022. I feel immensely humbled and privileged to celebrate 177 years of Old Mutual serving the African continent right here in Nairobi this evening. As most of you probably know, the Old Mutual story began in 1845 as a small mutual life assurance society in South Africa. Substantial positive difference in the lives of not only our employees and customers, but also the communities in which we operate. Over the years, Old Mutual expanded to other countries in Southern Africa, East Africa, and recently West Africa. Today, Old Mutual is one of the most respected and trusted brands on the African continent. It is, in fact, the only African-based insurance company ranked by Brand Finance among the top 100 insurance brands in the world. Old Mutual opened its doors in Kenya for the first time in 1920, just over a century ago. Kenya is an important market for Old Mutual. What particularly excites us about Kenya is that what particularly excites us about Kenya today is that Kenya has made significant headway in institutional reform. Kenya's private sector is strong too, and market-friendly policies have helped to make the country one of the major business hubs on the continent. It is one of the leading markets in terms of innovation, and it's forecasted to have the second largest insurance market on the continent after South Africa by 2030. Kenya hosts our regional head office for East Africa. We expect to leverage Kenya's world-leading digital capabilities and tech offerings to benefit the entire Old Mutual business. While Old Mutual is very big in Southern Africa, we had a very small presence in Kenya, a position we started taking steps to change. In 2015, Old Mutual made a decision to invest in UAP because of UAP's strong position in East and Central Africa, and because its product offering complemented ours. Acquiring UAP increased Old Mutual's customer base by 1.5 million customers and extended our footprint on the continent with exposure to 5 East African countries. Bringing together two well-known brands with deep roots on the African continent has taken us a bit longer than I would have liked, and I'm very excited that we are doing it today on the 177th birthday of our great company. I note that while Kenya is forecast to be the second largest market on the continent, its insurance penetration is still very low, at less than 3% of GDP. By comparison, a country like South Africa is over 16% of GDP insurance penetration. To close that gap, we will require a lot of work by all parties in Kenya. A key piece of work required is driving financial education. I'm here to say, Kenya, you have a strong partner in Old Mutual in driving financial education to increase participation in the financial services sector. Old Mutual has already reached 500,000 people in Kenya through face-to-face and digital with our financial education program. This growth will also require insurance companies to be trusted by their customers. I'm proud to say that since its inception, Old Mutual has always centered on its customers. As a mutual company, we were owned by customers for 154 years of our 177 years of existence, and that has remained ingrained in our DNA even after we demutualized in 1999, now have shareholders. This means that we can be trusted to deliver value to our customers. And I must say, over the years, millions of customers of Old Mutuals have trusted us, and we have delivered value and our promises to them for 177 years. So when it comes to delivery of value, you have a partner, people of Kenya, in Old Mutual. You all know that engineers first needed to develop good brakes before they could allow cars to drive faster. Kenya is a very entrepreneurial country, and with insurance we provide, we hope that you can take better and bigger risks, safe in the knowledge that you have adequate insurance cover from Old Mutual for the risks that you face and take in your endeavors. Underlying our purpose of championing mutually positive futures every day is the understanding that we as Africans need to be the architects and builders of the future that we envisage. As we celebrate Africa Month, our continent and indeed our planet are facing challenges that are as tough as they are urgent. Extreme weather driven by climate change is already wreaking havoc on our continent, threatening both our food and personal security. As Old Mutual, we believe that we have an important role to play in helping address challenges that our continent faces. Through collaboration with governments and business partners, as well as our customers, we believe much can be achieved. Old Mutual has phenomenal asset gathering and management capabilities that we bring to Kenya. We are an agent for economic development from the assets that we gather from the population, and then we accumulate them into large asset pools that we then deploy as investments to support and enable economic development and growth. I ask that the Kenya public work with us and entrust us to look after their wealth. As we celebrate the rebranding of Old Mutual UAP, let us therefore also continue to work and think together. Let us draw on the energy of our vibrant, diverse people to make the world a better, safe place and improve the well-being of all. Ladies and gentlemen, UAP Old Mutual Kenya is now Old Mutual Kenya. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Clement. Please mind your step as you go down. This thing is quite steep. And of course, with that comes a brand new way of celebrating. We're going to see what that's all about in a few moments. But before that, I'd like to introduce Ian Williamson, Old Mutual Limited's Chief Executive Officer, to join me here on the podium and to say a few words. A big round of applause for Ian, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody. Allow me to add my own words of welcome for this evening. To our guest of honor, the Honorable Eric Smir Wafuko, the Chief Administrative Secretary, and on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary of National Treasury. To all our regulators, the representative of the South African High Commissioner in Kenya, our East Africa and Kenya Board Chairman, our directors, our business partners, our shareholders, our customers, members of the press, colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome. It is wonderful to be here tonight in Nairobi on what I think is an auspicious occasion for the Old Mutual Group. As has been mentioned a number of times tonight, the 17th of May is a very important date in our corporate calendar. It is the date on which Old Mutual was founded in 1845, and it is exactly the day of our 177th anniversary as a company. Not many companies around the world can say that they have survived, thrived, and successfully served their customers for that long. I think tonight also marks both a birth and the culmination of a 7-year Old Mutual UAP marathon. Since acquiring the UAP business in 2015, teams have been hard at work working on merging together legal entities and streamlining two strong and proud brands and two strong and proud companies. And in many ways, we stand here tonight standing on the shoulders of the legacy of both of those strong companies. I can remember early in that period, shortly after 2015, we launched internally to our staff what we referred to as the CC campaign. And it was very much aimed at bringing together the cultures of the two organizations of UAP and Old Mutual, and helping our staff to understand the identities of the two companies and laying the foundations for a strong, unified corporate culture. And then in 2018, I think we further reinforced the momentum of the Old Mutual journey in Africa when we listed our company's primary listing back into Johannesburg from London. And we went through what we've referred to internally as a managed separation process, where essentially the group spun off its US and UK businesses, and the Old Mutual brand remained as the mantle over our African continental business. And at that time, we referred to that process and did a roadshow around the continent to our customers and staff, talking about how we were anchoring Old Mutual back in Africa, and in a sense, coming home to our roots. So as I said, in a sense, tonight is both a destination or a key milestone on a journey and a new beginning. I'm really proud of what our businesses have managed to achieve in an incredibly tough operating environment recently. Arthur's mentioned some of the highlights, but I'd like to add a few of my own. Now, in the past few years, we have delivered attractive value propositions to distribution partners in Kenya, given that they play a critical role in driving the growth of our business. We've leveraged our Pan-African footprint to provide cover to multinationals across multiple countries. We were the first company to introduce a COVID rider on our health offering in the market. We've leveraged our integrated financial services platform to offer critical illness cover to our health insurance customers, and continued a strong focus on service levels to ensure our customers and intermediaries receive support within appropriate timelines. So while I'm here addressing you tonight, a small, quite coincidental anecdote. We have, at the same time, simultaneously with this event, we have an alternative investment summit taking place in Cape Town, at which all of our Kenyan investment professionals are attending this evening. And ironically, those of us from my group team in Johannesburg and Cape Town are here in Nairobi. We recently concluded our financial year-end process for the financial year 2021, and we publish as part of that process a suite of what we refer to as integrated reports as a group. And the suite of reports gives a clear overview of progress made during the year in addressing material issues impacting our business across Africa and impacting our customers, as well as the progress being made in delivering on our. And I would encourage everyone to take a look at those reports. They really give insight into key aspects of Old Mutual's business philosophy. And I think you got a taste of some of that on the video that we showed earlier on. But these reports emphasize aspects such as our focus on sustainability, which is driven by an awareness of the interconnectivity between the economic, social, and environmental systems that we operate in as businesses. The urgent global need for economies to be socially inclusive, and the urgent need to address global warming and carbon emissions. It touches on our responsible investment philosophy, which sees the Old Mutual Investment Group in Kenya itself stewarding most of its 245 billion KES of assets under management into more sustainable and renewable industries. And it makes mention of things like our 30 million KES investment into student housing, our partnership with the Kenyan Institute for Curriculum Development and financial regulators to develop the financial literacy programs that Clement spoke about earlier. And it talks to our ongoing provision of COVID-19 relief programs and food security support. I'd like to take an opportunity to express my deep gratitude to our board in East Africa, which has overseen the governance of the bringing together of the two entities forming the Old Mutual Group as we see it today. To our shareholder partners, who've been really fantastic and constructive in the journey, and to the leadership of the business here in the region, who've conducted themselves with passion, energy, and with admirable dedication in difficult circumstances. We have much still to do to take this great brand forward and to build our brand. You know, launching a name in the market is one thing. Building customer trust and getting to a position where the community fully understands what this brand stands for and why we exist is the hard part of the journey. And I have no doubt that we will build the trust that we've seen elsewhere on the continent in the Old Mutual brand right across Kenya over decades to come. I see this step that we've taken tonight as a re-emphasis and a reinforcement of the commitment of the Old Mutual Group to our continued success in this market. Essentially, we are staking our name and our continent-wide reputation on doing a good job for all of our customers, stakeholders, and shareholders in this market that now carries our name with great pride. Thanks very much and enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, folks, thank you very much. Another big round of applause for Ian, please. As we continue our incredible evening, and a big surprise coming up very, very shortly. But this is the moment we've probably all been waiting for. Here is the brand new brand TVC for Old Mutual. Check this out.
We all want to preserve great moments in life. And this is made easier when trusted hands lead the way, opening doors so we can venture out to explore possibilities. And worlds beyond our years. Refusing to believe the undoable, but always embracing the unthinkable. Inspired thinkers always glued to the possibilities of great futures, embracing challenges with admired hope. A group of good people ready to give you a push as they create, build, and support platforms that steady our feet. Stronger bonds emerge every time we meet, driving the pace at which we connect and make things happen. Because we believe in new creations that are embraced by all, and changes that make life much easier to handle. This wonderful change is meant to connect our futures, because we understand in life the things that you desire the most are within reach when we unlock possibilities for you to do great things every day. UAP Old Mutual is now Old Mutual. Call us today on 0711 065 100.
of applause, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Are we feeling that rebrand? Are we feeling the future? Let's make some noise, get that energy going one more time. A big round of applause for the rebrand, now Old Mutual. What a wonderful feeling, what an incredible feeling it actually is this evening. Now, of course, we have a very special person coming up to the podium right now with a very special message as well. If I could introduce Vincent Rague, the chairman, UAP Holdings, now Old Mutual Holdings, up here to say a few words and a very special message as well. Please give Vincent a big, big round of applause.
It's a tough act to follow the people who have spoken before me, so I'll try my best to be as brief as possible. So our honorable guest of honor, the CAS Eric Simu Wafuho, the CS ICT was here. Unfortunately, he had to leave. He got a call and had to leave. We have a few regulators here. We are multi-regulated, and so I'd like just to recognize our regulators who are here tonight with us. I'll start with the CEO of the Insurance Regulatory Authority and Commissioner of Insurance, Godfrey Kiptum. If you could just either wave or stand and greet the people tonight. The Chief Executive Officer, the Capital Markets Authority, Wycliffe Shamia. And the Chief Executive Officer of the Retirement Benefits Authority, Charles Mushira. I also want to recognize our distinguished guests, and since they have all been mentioned before, I'll say all protocols observed. We are honored that you could come and join us today to celebrate together what is a momentous occasion for us. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also my great pleasure to welcome you tonight to this occasion. What you've seen tonight is an aspiration. Changing a brand is an aspiration. What you heard from Clement Chinaka is an ambition. And that ambition depends on relentless execution. So the combination of aspiration and ambition is awesome. In 2015, 3 entities, Old Mutual Holdings, Faulu Microfinance Bank, and UAP Holdings PLC, with many similarities in their corporate philosophy, decided to merge their operations together into UAP Old Mutual Group. The group operates as an integrated financial services business model, and as you've heard, is one of the largest in East Africa, and offers customers insurance, investment, banking, and savings solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 years of operating as a dual brand, we are today rebranding from UAP Old Mutual to Old Mutual. Earlier today I was asked, why change now? What happens to UAP? And I always say, why not now? With globalization, emerging technologies, and recent disruptive trends that all have the potential to change the insurance market, there couldn't be a more auspicious time to completely rebrand to Old Mutual and reimagine a new direction to take advantage of the significant emerging opportunities while re-announcing our presence to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard, the Old Mutual brand has been in existence for 177 years. And that comes with a very strong heritage that for us will drive it. This also is a commitment to our customers, regulators, and shareholders, and our promise to work with them in their journey for achieving their financial goals, and a testament that we are here for the long term. Our vibrant new brand identity aims to reflect our fresh, customer-led approach and stronger focus on Africa. Old Mutual's visual personality now draws on the optimism, vibrancy, and seize-the-day spirit of the continent, reinforcing the message that made in Africa for Africa. Our purpose, as you've heard also, is to be our customers' most trusted lifetime partner, passionate about helping them achieve their lifetime financial goals. And we envision to be our customers' first choice to sustain and grow and protect their prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all may be aware, despite the great progress witnessed in Kenya insurance industry in the last 15 years, the sector is still experiencing numerous challenges, not limited to insurance penetration, lack of awareness, and a general distrust of the sector among the general public. The industry has over time operated in the context of economic and cultural situations that may have affected growth, notably a limited savings culture, low disposable incomes, tax structures that do not encourage the middle classes to purchase life insurance products, a perceived credibility crisis of the industry in the eyes of the public, particularly with regard to settlement of claims, just to mention a few. Our rebrand is therefore geared towards addressing some of these key challenges through reinvigorated service delivery and innovative approaches to addressing the general insurance needs of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, and given the fundamental changes that the business has gone through, we have developed a new value proposition to keep true to our commitment, unlocking possibilities together. To our customers, we are committed to being more accessible and delivering consistent and reliable levels of customer service. You'll find that our responsive, straightforward, proactive, and we deliver on our promises. In Old Mutual, you have a trusted partner focused on keeping you moving, whether in business or as an individual, when it matters most. Acknowledging the big role played by the Vision 2030 and Big Four agenda in transforming the industry, I wish to reiterate Old Mutual's commitment to work in collaboration with government, the regulators, and other industry players to deliver on the social protection and risk management agenda in order to spur economic growth. The government can count on us to relate with our regulators in an open, cooperative, and transparent manner, manage our business with appropriate standards of risk management and controls, and prevent breaches of relevant regulatory requirements, and avail innovative solutions to the customers in order to achieve true transformation. Our ask to the government through the regulators is to continue supporting the growth of the insurance industry through progressive regulatory frameworks and favorable regulations. To our shareholders, Old Mutual is committed to fulfilling your aspirations through a commitment to business performance and high standards of transparency, communication, and corporate governance. Before I conclude, I would like to pay tribute to one of our local visionaries. Dr. J.B. Wanjui became the chairman of UAP Old Mutual Group on 8th November 2007. Prior to this, he served as chairman of UAP Insurance Company Limited from 1998 to 2015. He has been a director with the group since 1986. As chairman of UAP Insurance, he influenced the group's decision to grow regionally, and this saw UAP venture into Uganda and South Sudan, and subsequently Rwanda and Tanzania. This led to the formation of UAP Holdings PLC, which successfully publicly listed its shares on the over-the-counter market at an initial offer price of 60 shillings per share. The share currently trades at 145 shillings. So if you had a sort of forward-looking glass with you, you would have put some money on the table and you would be 145 shillings richer. The strong presence of UAP within the East Africa region attracted Old Mutual Limited to invest in UAP when seeking to grow its footprint in the region. This culminated into a merger between the two entities and the birth of the new brand in 2015 and the launch of the region's first integrated financial services offering insurance, investment, banking to customers. Just going back to JB, in his role as group chairman, he provided stewardship to the board and management to actualize the group's ambition to be the largest integrated financial services in East Africa. Additionally, under his visionary leadership, the group has positively impacted communities through various initiatives. And just to mention a few, the refurbishment of public hospitals in Kenya and South Sudan, medical camps in Kenya, financial education, planting of trees to conserve Kenya's water towers, and providing scholarships and funding and learning materials and infrastructure to public schools. And we will continue to do so as a result of this strong foundation. Please help me in honoring this visionary leader who has truly left a legacy for all of us in the group, and we have large shoes to fill. As I conclude, I'd like just to say that I'm very proud to be associated with this Old Mutual brand, and I feel humbled and honored to have been selected by my peers to provide leadership as the chairman of the group in East Africa. I therefore call up on all those that crave hyper-personalized services, frictional experience, digitized solutions, to count on us at Old Mutual to support you in your personal life and business. Because with us behind you, you'll be sure to experience a peace of mind and feel restored in the event of the unexpected. Thank you. It is now my honor to recognize and bid farewell to Dr. J.B. Wanjui. Are we doing so now, Kirote, or? May I call Joseph Wanjui to come forward, please, so that we can honor Dr. J.B. Is it the entire family? Please come. Joseph, come. I'll get assistance from our head of human capital, Kirote. Please come. This is a test of your strength. Thank you very much, and pass our gratitude to Dr. Wanjui. Please let him know that we're still calling. him all the best. It's now my distinct honor to invite our guest of honor, Eric Simiyu-Wafuho, the Chief Administrative Secretary at the National Treasury, to give us his address. Thank you.
Good evening. It's my joy to be here today and to represent the CS for the National Treasury and Planning, Ambassador Ukuri Atani, who would have wished to be here today, but because of the exigencies of the work, I find myself here tonight. And I celebrate the fact that I've come into this space, this private space, demonstrating the partnership that could exist and should exist between the private sector and the public space. And at Treasury, several things have been going on, one of which has been the establishment of NSF, a platform that now says the partnership between the public space and the private space should not only happen at the implementation of programs, but should be happening at the formulation of the same. And so we have the National Stakeholder Forum that now brings in the private sector right into understanding the direction the government is taking and beginning to position strategically. And I've just come from speaking to the finance and investment analysts in Mombasa to interrogate this area of partnership that could be strengthened. And from here, I've been sent to Ghana, Accra, to speak to the Africa Development Bank and begin to see what we could do in the East African region and the role that Kenya will play in helping to transform this region and ensure that Kenya is playing her role as a financial, as a logistic, as a technological, education, and ecological hub for Africa. And so within that context, allow me then to take the conch and represent my boss, the CS for the National Treasury, and proceed to give the message that he has given me to deliver here tonight. Your Excellencies, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, Dr. Patrick Njoroge, the Chief Executive Officer, Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Wycliffe Shamir, the Chief Executive Officer for Insurance Regulatory Authority, Mr. Godfrey Kiptum, the Acting Chief Executive Officer for Retirement Benefits Authority, Mr. Charles Mushira, the UAP Old Mutual Directors, the UAP Old Mutual Business Partners, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It gives me great pleasure to be present here this evening to witness the rebranding of the UAP Old Mutual to Old Mutual. This event is the culmination of collective efforts and engagements that began in the year 2014 between the Old Mutual, Faulu Microfinance Bank, and UAP Holdings. I would like to commend all the stakeholders involved in the journey that we are celebrating here tonight. This is a matter of pride that the financial regulatory framework in Kenya has evolved to a state where not only conducive for development of a robust financial sector, but it ensures the independence of the regulatory bodies towards enabling the sector to grow in a healthy manner that is supportive of the requirements of our growing economy, social protection, and risk management. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya insurance industry has made tremendous progress in the last decade. As we look back to the time when the Insurance Regulatory Authority was established by the amendment of the Insurance Act of 2006, its it's heartening to note that the objectives for which the IRA was created continue to be achieved and that the industry has been making steady progress. The growth in the gross written premium has witnessed strong compound annual growth rate from 13.3% between 2007 and 2021, from a low of 48.1 billion in that year of 2007 to now standing at 276.1 billion Kenya shillings as at 2021. As per the recently established 2022 Economic Survey report, which was published in 2022, but for 2021, as per that report, the financial services and insurance industry jointly contributed 7.1% of the nominal growth in the domestic product in that year, accounting for 66.8 thousand jobs that were created in the public sector wage employment. In the early 2020, when the COVID pandemic constrained economic activities globally and forced us to keep our distance from family and friends, and the importance of the insurance sector was really amplified in the development and in the economic resilience of businesses and individuals. Ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed the insurance industry players, in concert with IRA, stepping in to cover medical policy holders that were affected by the coronavirus pandemic, despite the fact that the standard medical procedure is that the policy holders affected, is that the insurance typically excludes epidemics and pandemics, difficult for a lawyer to pronounce. As a consequence, medical insurers paid 1.3 billion Kenya shillings to cover the COVID-19 pandemic-related illnesses for the period between March 2020 and June 2021. It was also commendable to see the industry come up with innovative ways of servicing customers, such as the teleconsultation, the drug delivery and online psychosocial support services that went on during that period. As key players in the industry, you can all take pride in the fact that the work you do helped people to stay assured and made the difficult times a little easier to bear. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the great progress made in growing the sector, insurance uptake in Kenya still remains very low compared to other key economies, with insurance penetration that is standing at 2.3%. And within the Vision 2030 strategy, we hope to move that to 5%. The global average stands at 7.4, and we think we are on track to achieving that. IRA, in partnership with other stakeholders, has continued to undertake various initiatives aimed at developing the insurance industry in Kenya. The consumer education programs aimed at strengthening consumer confidence and improving players' relationship, as well as anti-money laundering and combating financing of terrorism, have gone a long way in building a robust industry as we clean up that sector. The continued use of existing industry programs to drive insurance penetration, alongside other efforts to cement stable and positive earnings performance, coupled with progressive improvements in the regulatory environment, also hold the potential to positively impact the insurance industry over the medium term. Ladies and gentlemen, there have been several legislative changes that have positively impacted the insurance industry, both directly and indirectly. The most significant is the micro-insurance regulations of 2020 that has had a direct impact on the industry, as it has provided clear guidance on an emerging area of insurance that previously had no regulations. And that's the Business Laws Amendment Bill that was enacted in 2020 to facilitate the ease of doing business by introducing electronic signature as an identifier for a signatory in the law of contract, and electronic sampling of documents in the Registration of Documents Act and the Stamp Duty Act. We have expanded on that to also create the single window approach that allows the documentation of government ministries while doing export and import trade into a single file that would ordinarily before take 6 months. Now it takes 6 hours, and you can import and export from any part of the world. So the social protection programs are a key policy agenda for the government. Under the Big Four agenda, the government has singled out universal health coverage as part of its core pillars. Protecting people from financial consequences of paying for health services out of their own pockets reduces the risk that people will have, that people will be pushed into poverty because of unexpected illnesses. And literature on this with people like Dr. Andrew Mlay, the former governor of Central Bank, now Africa Center for Economic Growth, they have indeed found out that when people have out-of-pocket expenditure, they are rendered highly vulnerable, and economic growth is stymied right at the stem. And so this movement into area of pooling of risks is also a great contributor to how we're growing the economy. And so the emphasis of government on NHIF that we are taking for senior citizens and other vulnerable groups to ensure that they do not dispose of assets to seek medical help. So Kenya remains, ladies and gentlemen, an attractive investment destination on the continent, and particularly in the East African region. The attraction has been the business-friendly practices and the decent economic growth rates, among others. And you've not celebrated the fact that the GDP records that we have actually moved from minus 0.3 to 7.5% in the period that we measured the GDP. The attraction has been the business-friendly environment there. And so this is evidenced by the big brands, hallelujah, including Old Mutual, that the country has been able to attract in the financial services and specifically the insurance sector. According to the 2021 FinTech Access Household Survey that was conducted by Central Bank of Kenya, and the details you can read, allow me to skip some of the details for the sake of time, that East Africa region continues to be attractive to the investment space. So ladies and gentlemen, now turning to the event of the day in particular, I am pleased to witness the dawn of the new Old Mutual Group. As you fully rebrand the Old Mutual, I challenge all of you to revisit your founding purpose. As an institution with a rich history, deep roots in Kenya, and in Africa in general, we can only expect great things from Old Mutual. As a big player in the market, our expectations of the reinvigorated Old Mutual is to be a true champion in availing innovative solutions, spearheading advances in artificial intelligence, that are products and digital platforms to deliver convenient, relevant products to customers at affordable cost. The National Treasury expects Old Mutual to lead other insurers in looking for ways to disrupt the traditional operating models, to manage the costs of providing insurance and use of technology and big data to streamline insurance processes such as claims management, fraud detection, and insurance product customization. We also expect Old Mutual to provide real value to customers and build responsible, impactful, and sustainable businesses. As a Cabinet Secretary, it's not me, of the National Treasury and Planning, I want to assure the insurance fraternity of our commitment in driving industry collaboration and improving the operating environment through enactment of favorable laws and regulations to deepen the growth while maintaining the requisite industry safeguards. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to the cooperation of all of you in building a vibrant financial and insurance sector. May we, in so doing, also improve the quality of life for customers by offering them honest advice and good products. With those few remarks, let us all make a commitment to unlock the possibilities by making a positive impact in the communities that surround us. Thank you and God bless you. Ambassador Okuriatan, CS, National Treasury and Planning. Thank you.
Honorable CAS, just wait there for me for one moment. Don't get off the stage just yet. I'd like to invite up Chairman Rague. He has something for you. Big round of applause, please, folks, to our guest of honor and, of course, your chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not usual to say anything after the guest of honor has spoken. So I'll seek his indulgence just for 1 minute. And I won't delay the dinner any more than a couple of minutes. I thought that since we are here, it's important to have a sense of who your board members are, so that when you meet them on the street and you have something to say to them, you may be able to do so. We have some of our board members here today, and I just want them to stand wherever they might be and wave to our guests tonight. Dr. Catherine Adair. If you know the internet, she also sits on the www, that internet thing. So, Mr. George Minor. There he is, over there. Robert Mbogwa. You met Clement Chinaka. He's on our board, but he's also the CEO for the rest of Africa, as you heard from him. Joseph Wanjui. And last but not least, our group CEO, Arthur Oginga. We do have other board members, but they are not in the country today. So thank you very much, and enjoy your dinner. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Chairman. And now we are literally 10 seconds away from dinner, literally, because I'm going to ask Arthur, Ian, and Clement to come and join me quickly on the stage. Just quickly. Don't worry, I'll explain everything. Come on, guys. And then dinner will be served. Just join me on the stage for literally 10 seconds. I promise it's 10 seconds. Ian? So we're going to officially launch the rebrand now. I'm going to count down from 10. You guys are going to push this button when we get to, well, 1. Okay? Ready? We can count with these guys. Ready? 10, 9, come on guys, 8, 7, I need more, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the green we were talking about the whole day. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations to you guys. The rebrand is now official. I know we have photo ops to get. Ladies and gentlemen, dinner is served in the next few moments. And I will call out the first few table numbers shortly. I'll ask the band to come back. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I know that was a bit of a surprise. I'm going to ask the band to come back and play us through the dinner service. And then I'll call out your table numbers shortly. Thank you so much. There is a bit of a bigger surprise coming your way in about, I would say, 30 to 35 minutes from now. You don't want to go anywhere. It's going to blow your mind. But meanwhile, enjoy the music and enjoy your dinner. Folks, hope you're enjoying the soup. Just a couple of announcements. A reminder to you, if you are looking for the washrooms, out and to the left.
jumping, and the cotton is high, high. Your daddy's rich, and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. It's the summertime, believing it's easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and fly to the sky. But until the morning, there was nothing could harm you. With mama and daddy standing by. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you spread your wings and fly to the sky. But until the morning, there's nothing could harm you. With mama and daddy standing by. It's the summertime, and believing is easy. Fish are jumping, the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Don't you cry, no, no. Don't you cry, no, 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 no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Wana Vokali, and we are here to entertain you as you have your dinner. So enjoy your night. When we used to sit in the government yard in Trench Town, over observing those hypocrites, mingling with the good people with me. Great friends we've had, and great friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you cannot forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No man, no pride. No, 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 no man, no pride. Hey, little darling, don't you shed no tears. Kidole kimoja kiwezi kuvunja chawa bila ya kujua kufanya kazi na wenzio kwa pamoja. Tutajiinua na mambo yote yatarudi kuwa sawa sawa sawa. Tunapiga dua kwake Mwenyezi atuelekeze tukikosa njia, matumaini yetu yote yakianza titimia, hata tuota kwenye njaa na mwishowe tutapaa. Amani, amani iwe na wewe, na uzuri wako usipoteze. Amani iwe nawe, 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 amani iwe nawe.
Nataka niwe mwepesi wa rohoni, saa zingine macho tu hayaoni, hivyo niweke kwenye maombi, ndoto zisibaki ndotoni. Nitakapotoka gizani, nitakaporudi nyumbani, hata nipangusa machozi, sitolia kama awali.
Mwenyezi atuelekeze tukikosa njia, na matumaini yetu yote yakianza titimia, usituache kwenye njaa, mwishowe tutapaa. Amani, iwe na wewe, uzuri rumba. yote namalizika, mie nitalala na nani? Wewe unaenda mie mpaka ni mawazo, mie mpaka ni kuwazawaza. Wewe unaenda kama iwe njia ya kuenda, kama ni maisha ya kufuata. Wewe dada, Raylon, seems that's the way. Oh, Raylon, seems that's the way. Leo mpaka ni mawazo, hambona niacha kama unaenda, na kama iwe njia ya kuenda, kama ni maisha ya kufuata. Wewe dada, Raylon, seems that's the way. Oh, you better Raylon, seems that's the way. Sina makosa pande uniwie radhi, nimetoka kuimba na kitambulisho bisina, nimepoteza wale na sitachukua ingine, na sijakata kosa nililofanya, na sijakata kitambulisho bisina, na sijakata chini nimeshaketi. Usiniseti afande, usiniseti afande. Hey, you in the blue uniform, if I have wronged you, I will reform. Ryan Aliyah, hey you, hey you, hey you in the blue uniform. If I have wronged you, I will reform. Ryan Aliyah, hey you, hey you in the blue uniform. Cheza, cheza, party time, bash, bash.
He is an awesome God. Amenipa such an awesome song. And I'm never lonely. Amenipa such an awesome love. He is an awesome God. And I want to tell it to the world. Ili wajue ni wewe. Kama si wewe basi nani? Nasikia landilodi ako kwa njia anataka kodi.
Ni yeye nitakuwa fine.
El Shaddai,
Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
and every day you come through in an awesome way. Hakuna dhiki, nimepata rafiki, rafiki wa kweli. Na kuna kaloni mahali kalinijaza wori.
Nimeweza provide,
Nina mahari natamani kulipia mpenzi.
ila nitakuwa fine.
Na madaktari wanasema hali siyo hali. Nahisi nguvu zako kwangu. I will call you El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Naomba mimi na wewe tuwe, achana malumalumane. Nalelio, kina malumalumane. Naomba mimi na wewe tuwe, achana malumalumane. Jetem, kina malumalumane. Naomba mimi na wewe tuwe, achana malumalumane. Nalelio, kina malumalumane. Naomba mimi na wewe tuwe, achana malumalumane. Jetem, jetem. Yaya unaishi wapi? Kwani jina lako halisinani? Maskani yako Kidondoni, nyumba namba haijulikani. Yaya unaishi wapi? Kwani jina lako halisinani? Maskani yako Kidondoni, nyumba namba haijulikani. Huyo kijana mwenzetu, kila siku tuko naye maskani, anakula ofa za watu, anapoishi hata hapajulikani. Tumetafuta, tumeuliza, hakuna ajuaye anavyopita, anavyozoka usombani haye na fanani kabisa na fiksi anazofanya, akidanganya kwa kina, unaingia kinyo, unafanya kumbe ana hela longolongo. Yaya unaishi wapi? Kwani jina lako halisinani? Maskani yako Kidondoni, nyumba namba haijulikani. Yaya unaishi wapi? Kwani jina lako halisinani? Maskani yako Kidondoni, nyumba namba haijulikani. Kwa stori za vile anafikiri kuwa yeye ndiye bosi. Suruali zake na mashati, anasema anafanya kazi benki. Mara anasema usalama wa taifa, hakuna ajuaye. Arubandika wa kizazi kipya, kisundani yae. Na hafanani kabisa na fiksi anazofanya. Kidanganya kwa kina, unaingia kinge unafanya. Kumbe ana hela. Ya hayo unaishi wapi? Kwani jina lako halisi nani? Oyaya, oyaya, oyaya. Askani yako vidondoni, namba namba haijulikani. Thank you.
We do have another big surprise coming up in about 5-7 minutes from now, so we don't want you to go anywhere. But I would like to do the vote of thanks, so if I can have everyone's attention for a few moments, please. Just a few moments. The official part of the evening is now almost over, and I would like to introduce Dr. Catherine Adea, Director UAP Holdings, now Old Mutual Holdings, for a vote of thanks.
Honorable. Okay, Honorable Mr. Eric Simiyu Wafuko, the Chief Administrative Secretary, the National Treasury, Planning, the Group Chairman, Old Mutual Holdings, the respective board chairs that are here today, directors present. Allow me to add all protocols observed due to the time. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I know you are enjoying your dinner, and I have a task that's very hard, to give a vote of thanks after dinner, but I hope you'll indulge me. So good evening, everybody. Good evening again. Are you enjoying your dinner? So can you just allow me to give a quick vote of thanks? I'll try and make it quick. I think I should actually start where Clement left off. And Clement, you gave an African proverb. So maybe I should also conclude with one. An old story does not open the ear as a new one does. We may have opened the ears today with our story, our rebrand. So just giving an African proverb. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Old Mutual Group, the entire staff, the organizing team, guests from across the continent, I wish to extend my hearty vote of thanks for everyone present here today. Thank you for making the time to come and celebrate with us. Allow me to single out the keynote speaker this evening, our respected Chief Administrative Secretary, Honorable Mr. Eric Simiyu Wafuko. We know that your time is valuable. We thank you for really coming to spend time with us. We deeply appreciate you. And we also take the healthy challenge that you've given us through your insights, that we can provide a catalyst the private sector can play in the role to support government in driving Kenya's Vision 2030. Thank you again. I wish to thank the group chairman, Mr. Vincent Ragwe, for your steady hand in guiding our affairs and reinforcing our focus and deep commitment to the African continent. I would also like to thank Ian Williamson and Clement Chinaka for being here with us and for sharing with us the exciting opportunities that lie before us. No doubt we have all seen how Old Mutual can positively impact Kenya, and by extension, the lives of our customers, our employees, and the communities in which we operate. A special appreciation to our group Chief Executive Officer, Arthur Oginga, and your entire leadership team, who are still here, I believe, for steering the company through this journey and for fulfilling our mission. This rebrand has not been delivered on a silver platter. I think it's very clear. But today we reap the benefits of hard work, which is proudly exhibited by our staff here. As they say, Little by little, birds build a nest, and we have done it. Once again, I would like to extend my deep appreciation to our customers, especially our partners, our stakeholders, investors, who have come from far and wide. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for supporting Team Old Mutual as we continue unlocking possibilities. And it would be very unfortunate if I close the event without recognizing the media, partners, for your dedicated coverage today. You are part of our journey and continue to play the key role in informing the market of our rebrand. But let me conclude with a quote from Jeff Bezos, because you heard my field is WWW. And Jeff said, "Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room. Your brand is what other people say about you when you're not in the room." I strongly believe this brand will do just that, to take us to the next level. Asante sana to all of you. Good night, and God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah, let me help you down there. There we go. All right, and that brings us to the surprise I was talking about pretty much from the beginning, actually. So I would like to invite tables 1, 13, 2, 3, 17, 15. Two.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Eh?